Okay, that's enough of that. All right. Sure. Yeah, I said I wasn't gonna do more till Sunday, but some some things changed behind the scenes tonight. Won't go into what the details why, but yeah, just had some time up and become available tonight, so I thought I might as well use it. Yeah. So yeah, let's right back to where we left off. I am Yeah, also with how underwhelming Dante's campaign was, I'm surprised by how much Lucius actually picks up the slack. Mm. So, yeah. Like, I'm not gonna say it wholly redeems the game. It's still kind of got a lot of the same problems, but it's just a little better. Like,
May Cry HD Collection.
like, yo. Yes, we want to continue. So we're here. Just keep that thing low. Uh-huh. Thank you. Do, 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 do. Yes, please load. There we go. That's quite a lot. What to get? What to get? What to get? We got enough to upgrade. We got enough to upgrade some things. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Perfect. All right. Let's see. These guys are new. Maybe they were in Dante's campaign and I just don't remember them. Hmm. Orangera. Giving him multiple health bars. Said, oh shit! At least the music's cool. Yeah, at least the music's cool. Ooh, red orb. Don't know why, but for some reason this kind of reminds me of the soundtrack from Day of the Dead. You know, all those creepy synths and everything. Oop, the demon tank. I gotta take these Berberins out of there. Why is this gonna be impossible to get anything done here? Just utterly pathetic. That was quick. That was very... That was I mean, sometimes these missions can be short, but damn. Wasn't expecting that. Less than 5 minutes, I think? Oh, dude. Alright, let's see. What have I got? I'll just go through this. Alright. Can I destroy this? Looks like no. I love that you can just bam that button. Also helps that the enemies are dumb as shit. Okay, not completely, but... did I come this way? Yeah, I did. Now where this is gonna be going. I don't know why, but I want to know what the deal with that thing is. Maybe it's time to get out. Yeah. I remember this part. There we go. Oh, I can go in here. Cool. I am gonna remember that first later. Well, eventually you guys gotta stop showing up. Here we are. Okay, so that's where I came in from. Here we are. All right. Okay. Oh, right. Hmm. I have to go back and look because was wind turbine spinning? Yeah. Yeah, not doing this. Whoa! Oh. Oh boy. All right, gotcha. Okay. Now, moving. Otherwise, this is gonna kill me. Oh shit. Ah. Smooth. Okay, that thing's basically a demon mine, I think. Yeah, if I remembered it right, it's basically a mine. There you go. Not that concerned with what I'm losing out on potentially here. One. A little bit higher. And we cancel out the the life stealing one. The answer is no. Alright. Did get something. Alright, where are we going? Might be a good idea. Huh. Later on, this is going to be filled with molten metal. Oh. Ooh. Oh, really? Hmm. Yeah, I'll go with that. Okay, so how do I open it? Got rid of it. These guys are about as pathetic as the Beastmen and Warhammer. I think the daggers were more accurate. Yeah. Darts are if you want to cover more ground. Yeah. Just grab. Let's grab those red orbs. Yes, and he clearly wants me to go this way. Yeah, no. Nothing there. Oh, at least they don't explode. Alright, let's see where the elevator goes. Elevator, go up! Okay, we're going here then. Their ham and cheese sandwich. Almost halfway there.
Well, it appears that the defect is back.
Defect?
You deserve a like for playing Devil May Cry 2. You have the core edge indeed.
Mathieu is my mother.
She merely found you when you were about to be disposed of, and then raised you as a soldier. Is that what you consider
don't know.
to be a mother?
Not
No.
that bad. There's way worse games
I
than
don't
this.
believe you.
Look,
It's not even the worst
you
thing
have
in
the mark
the
of
Devil
a
May Cry
child.
franchise anyway.
Proof that you're a mannequin.
Thanks to a certain show on Netflix.
That is your real name. Now, give me the arcanas. With them, my power will be complete, and I will become like the immortal Argosax. I will achieve absolute wisdom and transcend all. The world is already warped. Everything that belongs to the devils will eventually revert to its original form. Even you will betray your upbringing and turn on the humans. Accept it.
Just, I remember this guy being a lot hammier the last time I played him. Damn, this guy's barely reacting. Where's the boss? Where's the boss? You didn't throw me into this without there being a boss. Ah, there it is. Mothra. Almost got him dead. Gotta kill the friggin' larva. Of course. Damn it! Jeez, how many of these things are there? Kill the adult, but I still gotta deal with these bastards. God damn, how many of these? Okay. It's all of them. I think I got them all. Oh my god. That was bullshit.
I was created. That's why I have this ability. Someday I'll attack humans. I have to go.
Hello.
Alabaster. I thought I was gonna be by myself
Mhm.
tonight. So, final boss in Dante's campaign is bullshit, but Lucia's campaign picks up the slack a little bit. You should have seen it. I completely cheesed that boss.
Oh.
Sound kind of down.
Yeah, this game. You know, I've played Superman 64 so my bar for
bad games.
you know, bad game is like really, really low or high, depending on.
I'd say,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fuck. It's Superman. It's even then. There's way worse games than Superman 64. Yeah, but
So when somebody says a game's bad, I'm always usually like, well, I'm sure it's still playable. This game is legit pretty bad.
that's. I don't know. I don't think it's. Worst game in the series. Yeah, I don't think that's up for debate, but I mean, there's way worse games than this. But I was right. They went for this whole split narrative thing, and you have to play both Dante and Lucius campaigns in order to get the full story. I don't know. I mean, like, I would at least say compared to Superman 64, this game is at least playable. Like, Superman 64 looks like a legitimate struggle just to get through.
Yeah, my friend either bought or rented it back when it came out, and he kind of left to go do something. So I'm like, "Can I play?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." And I'm attempting to fly through rings.
Yeah.
Oh, that didn't go well.
Like I said, I mean, say what you will about DMC 2, it's at least playable. I feel that at least gives it a leg up. Now, I'm not gonna. Not even though Lucius' campaign is sort of showing things improving, it doesn't redeem him the game completely. It's just decent.
The game looks gorgeous.
It's just, you can tell it's completely unfinished in places.
Yeah, there's places where there's like, it feels like there should be something here and there's not.
Where, you got like enemies that are just, where you got enemy AI that's so rock stupid. Or bosses that are just way too easy to take down when it was a legit challenge in DMC 1 when to kill a boss. Also, the main villain, like, towards the end, he just... I don't know. It's like, because the guy playing Dante was acting so wooden and stiff, it's like this guy overacted to compensate.
I think when people are trying to write dialogue for a Dante-esque character, especially just thinking back to how he was in DMC 1.
Yeah.
This is just my opinion, man, but I think a good book series to read is the Philip Marlowe books by Raymond Chandler.
I don't know. Marlo's got Marlo's kind of got more of a dry wit.
Well, yeah, and that's what I got from DMC 1. In the later games, he seems more kind of like exuberant and kind of a jokester. I almost want to say frat boy, that's not quite it, but I think again because he's a little bit older in that first game than he is in like say DMC 3.
And also that's kind of down to a change in actor.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like, I think even though Drew Combs was a little drier than Ruben Langdon, he still kind of had that, for lack of a better term, sort of Spider-Man sort of type humor. Okay, there is something pushing me. He's not really older in DMC3 though. DMC3's a prequel.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's why I said he's older in DMC 1 than he is in DMC 3, which is kind of the one where people when people think of Dante as like a character, I think that's kind of.
Yeah, but that's also like. I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying, but I mean, like that character, just because Ruben's been the character that long. Jesus, why can't I move? Of course, that was the answer. But that, like, he's even sort of that same character even in DMC4, just though I guess you could say he acts a little older and wiser.
Yeah.
And like in the cat, like Marlo's, I mean, like Marlo's just really dry and sarcastic. Like I would say, like Spider-Man's kind of closer to what to what you're sort of looking for Dante than Philip Marlowe. Though.
Yeah.
So it depends on. Like, you really got to make sure you're picking a good Spider-Man run. There's a lot of bad ones. Like, come on. Well, you clearly want me to go there. This is gonna get me very, very, very annoyed. It's kind of a mystery why Dante's just like so freaking stoic in this one, though.
Well, this may be a bit reductive, but I think it might just be boiled down to that was the style at the time. You know that I'm too cool and I'm brooding.
Okay, when did you come out?
Oh no, I'm still in the closet. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-da.
Cry 2. This came out in 2003. If the game I'm thinking of came out around the same time, it'll probably make a little sense. Okay, no. I was thinking something Shadow the Hedgehog might have had something to do with it. Ew, I forgot DMC2 has an underwater stage. Yeah. I just found out about that. Yeah. Let's see, 2003, what kind of... I mean, this is like what? This is like at least a year or two after the first Halo game, but that's not a very good comparison because Master Chief isn't supposed to be like one of those I'm too cool type guys. He's just supposed to be a blank slate for the player.
Yeah.
Even though they do give him some lines. Do I have... Oh, god damn, I don't even have... Alright. This is just... Oh. Oh. I was going the wrong way. Yeah. Although I would say Japanese games with dark, brooding protagonists wasn't exactly all that uncommon back then.
You know, as was the style at the time.
Thanks a lot, Cloud. Kind of sucks because it's like Final Fantasy VII isn't even a bad game. It's a good game that a bunch of less talented people just got the wrong lessons from. Okay, I gotta kill this guy. There we are, I'm gonna be... I would actually, I think I'd be more apt to say at this point that DMC2 is more of a frustrating game than a bad one because you can see there are good ideas in this game.
True, but in some ways that can cause it to hurt even more.
that's why it's frustrating.
Yeah.
But you can see the better game trying to get out. Zelda fans, I now understand why you guys all hate water levels.
I disliked the water temple in
Ocarina?
Ocarina probably the first time. The second time going back to it, it was difficult, but it wasn't necessarily frustrating. And in the 3DS version, there's actually like glyphs and glowing lines throughout the temple that help you keep track of everything. That makes it way simpler. It's one of the changes to the actual game that I think it's a quality of life is what we would say, and so I think that definitely makes it a more fun temple. The one that I actually was frustrated by for a very long time was the water temple in Twilight Princess. It's funny though, because like I'm not exactly in a I've never been in like super great shape, and the one thing I've always struggled with was stamina. You know, strength. I'm usually able to do stuff. Stamina is something that I'm kind of weak on. I think probably because I had reactive airway disease as a kid, so my lungs probably are are compensating nowadays as an adult from that. But it's weird playing a game like Wind Waker and then pretty much all the subsequent, or at the very least, all of the open world Zelda games, where, you know, especially in Wind Waker, he's in a world surrounded by water, and he can only swim like a little bit, you know, or like in again in Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, he's able to run and run and run for hours, which is something I definitely can't do, but I can definitely swim longer than he can. You know. Or at the very least, like, tread water or something. You know, just float and keep yourself upright. Oh well, nobody's perfect, but it is kind of weird to see though. It's like it's one of the more unbelievable parts of. You ever seen Waterworld, and that kid, what's her name, drops into the water and is like, she can't swim, and it's like, she can't, in a world where there's
no lane.
It's completely, yeah. That's like basic. That's even more basic than, like, I know there's a lot of people that don't know how to cook, even though that's a basic survival skill. It should be like learning how to walk.
Where do you put knowing how to do taxes?
Well, I mean, even I don't necessarily do my own taxes per se. You know, I use
an accountant.
Well, not an accountant. What's that service? TurboTax. Where it kind of like, you know, like, okay, you know, send in this and answer these questions, blah blah blah, put in these figures, and it does it for you. Like, because it's actually quite a bit of work, especially if like you're self-employed or something, to look up all the changes to the tax code in your state, area, whatever, every year, and make sure you're filing it correctly. So, you know, but I mean, you should be able to. I think at the very least, you should be able to budget by looking up your tax rate and be able to send it to somebody who can do it for you at the very least. Like certified public accountant or TurboTax or that other services I can't remember. Yeah.
This is gonna be
Some-
bullshit. Oh, this guy can cloak. Find a giant fish that can go invisible. Even though I can kind of see him shimmer. I can't target him. This is bullshit. Get ragged. There we go.
Was this thing a demon?
Everything's
Or is
a
it literally
demon.
just...
Everything's
Okay.
a demon in this game.
Because I'll be honest, I don't remember the plot of this.
Dante got recruited by this girl named Lucia to help help her, yeah. Jeez, even I remembered it all that well.
Maybe it's like Quantum of Solace, where nobody can remember what happened in it.
Kind of. Sure doesn't help that they did this whole split narrative thing. Where you gotta play both.
Okay, that was your fault. You just let it bite you there.
This water's not exactly... These swimming controls are not exactly easy to get that... Don't exactly feel all that great. I can see him, and it's like come on, why don't you just come on out? Let me see a big boy. Hard to get a handle on what they want me to do here. Looks like I can still damage him though.
Oh, his second health bar is way lower.
Oh, we got him. The achievement for this should have been called I caught a fish this big. Would have been funny.
It would be about this time in the real world where Parks and Wildlife would come up to you in their boat and be like, hey, we're coming onto your boat. We're going to check things out. Hey, Ruins. Yeah, I forgot too. Well, I forgot. I mean, I've never played this game and I didn't know, but it is rather fitting, isn't it?
Freaking sucks. This isn't. Alright. Should be getting close to halfway by now. Okay, yeah. 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 I don't think there's another underwater stage in the game after this. I mean, I don't think there's another underwater stage in the series after this. Because I've played through DMC 3 and 4 and the Ninja Theory one. Can't remember an underwater stage in any of them. Oh, here's a fun thing. During Dante's campaign, I had to fight Phantom again. Even though I killed them in DMC 1. And they don't explain why he's back. He's just there. You know, if they reuse assets from a previous game, how likely is it they were under crunch?
I mean, I would just say that the fact that the game came out the way it did, you know, clearly unfinished is proof enough. As for reusing assets, that's not unusual even in games that don't have that, just because they're trying to maintain a consistent style, and that's a good way to do it.
Well, I'm not talking like reusing like stuff like textures, like even like enemy models, because these guys were in the first game.
Well, if there's a story reason for that, then that's, you know, again, that's not unusual.
Well, I had to fight a boss I killed in DMC 1, and they don't even bother explaining it. He's just there.
Yeah, that's kind of bullshit. You know, the final boss in the latest, not counting the redos, but the latest community expedition in No Man's Sky was a giant floating jellyfish.
I mean, that's at least kind
A
of
flying
neat.
jellyfish. It is.
Of course, gotta keep going up.
Is it explained how she can stay underwater so long, or?
Nope. Although Lucia kind of being like this, I don't know, the bad guy said she's like some kind of mannequin, but she's like some kind of like... Seems more like she's like part demon or whatever like Dante is. Or like... I think she's... Or she's like Trish. So I guess that's a good enough explanation.
Yeah, it works. Sometimes over-explaining it isn't the best option. I wonder if some of the mechanics in this were inspired by the Soul Reaver installments of the Legacy of Kain series.
I mean, that wasn't exactly a very Even at the time, the game wasn't exactly that popular. Can't imagine it found much of an audience in Japan.
Great spans.
Yeah, it's like one of those games where like not a lot of people played it, but those who did really love it. It says reflect my power back at me. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Oh. You just gotta hit. Oh, great, it's a timing puzzle. I'm really getting sick of water. Even the water level in DMC 1 didn't go on for this long.
That's really weird. The water was just all of a sudden there. It didn't rise up.
They probably didn't have time for an animation. I mean, there's even places where the engine just slows down. And like if there's too many enemies on screen at once, like the frame rate just dips.
Yeah, that was a big problem in the submarine level in Super Mario 64. Some guy actually fixed it when they had that leak of the source code. I mean, obviously, I don't think you could get it into a game cartridge, but if you were doing like an emulator or something, they threw it.
Yeah. Oh my god, they're not even moving towards me. They can't even aim for shit. Does not help how awkward the controls are in this. Although I suppose this could be actually... God, how close is this to being a sewer level?
I'm trying to think of all the games that I've played that have had sewer levels. I didn't get to the sewer level part in Bloodlines. The sewer level in Shadows of the Empire was pretty bad. I mean, fun, but still like
It's the worst part of the
fighting
game.
well, it's the part of the game where you're like, man, I really don't want to go into the water, but I know I have to progress. Dianogas are kind of scary, but
Please no more water. Please no more water. Oh, man. This is it. Am I done with the water? Am I done with the water?
There was also the sewer level in Enter the Matrix, which was actually really cool. But that whole game was cool. I was gonna say, I hope it isn't timed.
No. No, it's not. Damn, is it? Just like anytime I feel like a sewer level get brought up with video games, the sewer levels always suck. Oh great, these guys have poison attacks. I don't need to do anything with those. Let's go back. Just to be sure. Yeah, so alright, now I'm kind of starting to remember what the plot of this game was. This chick Lucia asked Dante to help her take down this evil wizard who also runs a corporation, and for some reason he looks like Heihachi from Tekken, and This guy is not very responsive, because I mean, yeah, he smacked me around a little bit, but I think I've done more damage to him than he's done to me. I guess I came in like a wrecking ball.
Did you find what you were looking for?
Yes. Now we can stop Arius's ambition.
Whatever.
I wonder if
But actually, I do not deserve this power. Bring this to Mathieu for me, please.
I'd love to know if this is a problem with the upscaling it for the HD collection, because the audio and the video are so out of sync here. Alright, one more mission, we're halfway through it. Ba-do-do. Boo, boo, boo. Let's see. What shall we get? What shall we get? Got about 12,000 red orbs to spend. More purple orb will give us more devil trigger. That's always good. Alrighty. Is this where Arius becomes a ham and cheese sandwich?
For a defect, you show promise. But did you really think you could deceive me?
What?
Have you come back to me, Kai?
Like towards the end of Dante's campaign, he just turned into a like I said,
Only Kai.
it was like the actor was overacting to compensate for Dante's voice actor underacting. Like
You seek my
like he was
Die!
like William Shatner in Enemy Within. That's what he was. That's the kind of acting he was doing. Like,
like how that last kick she does just sends him flying out of the screen.
Gotta push over though because as long as I can. Look, oh my god, look at him. He's just sitting there. Sipping on a glass of wine.
I thought he was smoking a cigar.
He was, but you'll see it.
He's a male success influencer. You ever notice how those guys all smoke cigars?
Smoke cigars, drink expensive liquor.
You lose, Kai.
And they just beat you.
That man is going to bring me the Arcana shortly. You will live to see that.
Okay, this is it. That's where it happened.
That's just a piece of crap.
Oh, Arcana.
Here's another 3 for you.
He looks like that one dude from Tekken.
Yeah, Heihachi.
Crap like that doesn't interest me. But your swan song will.
You cannot win. Someone is holding
Forget about me. Kill Arius.
Don't worry. I've got you.
Yeah, that's halfway.
Why did you save me? I was created
Rank B.
by him.
Every hero has a weakness.
But
I guess I did
the
better than I
ritual was
thought.
activated because of me.
There's still time.
We have until the sun is completely eclipsed. But how are you going to enter the building? The entrance is...
Where there's a will, right?
Mother,
Yes, it is true that we are not tied by blood. But our ties are bound by history and experience, which is much deeper than blood. Now go. Everything I know, I have passed on to you. You are my daughter.
thank you, Mother.
Alright. What have we got? We'll just go with this. At this level, it's at least creative. Ah! Ardo target. I can only use the crossbow underwater. Lame.
I do think it's kind of weird that the bad guy's name is Arius.
I saw a video sort of diving into the deeper symbolism in the game.
I mean, it's not completely out of the question. I mean, using a heretic's name for the bad guy.
Also, do you think it's a coincidence that three of the female characters in this game are named Lucia, Mary, and Trish, when the main lead is named Dante?
All right.
Anyone who's read the Divine Comedy and not just Inferno knows what I'm talking about.
I mean, I read Inferno in high school, but even though that's the first one in the series, I still felt like there was a lot of context I was missing. So
You kind of had, if you sort of know about Dante's life, you kind of
yeah, I mean, I understood some really basic stuff, like it was like kind of more personal than anything else, but because I think he had
you wrote it while he
he
was
had
in
made
exile.
parallels between. Well, and he had also or felt as though he had betrayed, like, I think an employer or something, and that's why he had Judas, Brutus, and I think I forget who the third one was. In the bottommost level of hell.
It's I think it's
Might have been
I think it was
Caius Cassius, but he was never really Caesar's friend, so I don't know why he would.
let's see, let me look that up.
I know it was 3 people, but
Yeah, 3 traitors. It's Judas, Brutus, and Cassius. I think it's because Cassius was a conspirator in the assassination.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the reason why Brutus was in Satan's mouth in the frozen lake was because he was.
Well, he
I mean,
betrayed his
Bru-
friend. Cassius betrayed bet- betrayed his benefactor.
hmm.
Like, yeah, he
I
wasn't
always assumed it was like more personal.
Yeah, like he wasn't friends with Caesar, but he benefited from him. Honestly, one of the worst takes I ever saw on it, and I don't remember the name of the account. Just called it fan fiction about a bunch of people he didn't like.
But yeah, I remember there was specifically somebody he just put in there that was like a real person alive at the time.
Oh, he put in a lot of his political enemies in there.
One of the circles of hell was deliberately lent to have Islamic. I remember.
I said he was. Yeah, well. You know, Dante's calling himself out as much as he is everybody else. Also, if you know a little thing about medieval alchemy, a lot of the color symbolism doesn't make sense too. Like, let me put it this way, it's not a coincidence that Lucia's Devil Trigger is white and Dante's is red. Also, I love that these electric wizards are called Brontomancers. There we go. Oh, there we go. We get increased our health. go. Okay, one more. The golem is such a pushover. Jesus. Here we go. Whoa. Aha. You almost had me, didn't you? Okay, that's all of them. Ooh, what's this? Where do we go now? Oh. Yikes! Sound just glitched out real nasty.
Nice of that guy to just stand there while you're fighting the other one. Oh! I just saw the glitch.
You mean you heard it?
Yeah. Well, the game looked like it paused for a second there, too. That might be the...
Well, it didn't do that on my... Yeah, it didn't do that on my end, but I, like, heard, like, the sound, like, glitch out and then come back, like, Dick! Like, ear rape. It does that sometimes. Oh, this better not be where I think it is. Die, wizards! Ugh.
Didn't you fight these guys earlier? I think you've been to this location before. This is where you were trying to get that thing. I don't remember if you got it or not.
That wasn't Dante's campaign.
Oh yeah.
I did eventually figure it out.
Oh, good.
And when I figured it out, I felt really stupid. Okay. So what boss am I getting? What?
Okay.
Phantom? Like, it was already kind of... Like, I was already going, like, what the fuck the first time? Okay, so that's not gonna work. Oh boy, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
What are you looking for?
Green orb. There it is. Almost got him. Again, this makes no fucking sense. Why is he here? I killed him in DMC 1, and I killed him again in Dante's campaign. Why the hell is he here? Ugh. Holy shit. I've been at this for almost 2 hours. That's a okay. I gotta kill all enemies before time runs out.
Argus is said to have opened pathways to the past and future.
It's so weird.
Maybe he yanked him from before. I don't know, from a time before he was killed.
Yeah. Those little hunter guidepost things aren't really well translated from the Japanese.
Oh my goodness.
What?
So, I shoot, well, I shoot 9mm and I also shoot 22 long rifle. I prefer for 22 CCI because they have really good quality for a rimfires are notorious for having, you know, higher misfire rates. CCI is really good at in manufacturing theirs. They have an ugly Christmas sweater that has like, well, it's got snowflakes and targets, bullets and squirrels on it. Oh my goodness.
Oh, ugly it. No, it's definitely ugly.
I mean, it's one of those like pattern sweaters, you know what I mean? I think it actually looks kind of nice. It's red and blue.
done yet?
I just wish, you know, living in Texas, it's not just that it doesn't always get cold enough for sweaters, but even when it does, because so many people gather indoors and because they usually have the heater on, like,
It's just too
yeah,
hot.
it's nice to have it. Yeah, it's too hot indoors to be wearing thick clothes, in my opinion.
Yeah. Like, not a problem you run into living in the Midwest. I'll tell you that.
What about the Pacific Northwest?
Depends on how high in the mountains you go. Doesn't typically get colder than like maybe in the somewhere in like the mid 40s up here. Big thing in winter here is just rain. Like all week we had a flood warning. Like the Puyallup River was just like the Puyallup River like risen huge. Like it was nearly coming up to the shoreline.
That
Like
doesn't sound very Christmassy. Oh, me, really?
I mean, does it snow where you live?
Sometimes. Honestly, it snows more in like January and February. I remember one time it snowed in March, one time it even snowed in April, I think. In like 2013, I want to say.
Yeah.
And it was like a lot, too. I mean, a lot by our standards. Typically when it snows here, in the, like, hours or so leading up to it, like, I don't know why people do this, but they'll, like, panic and they'll stock up on, like, bread, and so all of the bread aisles will just be completely empty.
Because
Even though
nobody in Texas knows how to live with snow.
Well, the thing is, like, you've bought all that bread. The snow's only going to be here for, what, 3 days at most? Most people have more than 3 days worth of food. And then, of course, you know how much of that food is really going to use bread, or at least sliced bread, anyway. Typically when it snows or something, I'll like make chili or soups or I feel a lot more comfortable driving when the roads are iced over because there's fewer cars on the road. And in a weird sort of way, like, yeah, you have less grip, but because you don't have to look out for other people, it's safer. Or at least I feel like it is.
Half the reason why it rains so much where I live is just because I live in a valley smack dab between the Olympics and the Cascade Mountain Ranges.
So it collects all the clouds over there, yeah.
Yep. And honestly, I prefer to the snow back in Michigan. Lake effect snow. I do not miss that at all. Besides, if I want snow, I can just go up to the mountains. It has snowed a couple times in the 10 years I've lived out here, though. But, yeah. It's not typical. If you think this doesn't sound Christmassy, you should try Christmas in Florida.
Or really anywhere south of the equator, but...
I lived in Florida for about a year. It was, interesting. Oh boy. These guys are about as pathetic as Warhammer's Beastmen.
Did you hear at the Game Awards they announced that they're making Total War Warhammer 40k?
Yep, I already knew about that. Pretty sure.
I do wonder how it's going to differentiate itself from Dawn of War.
Well, thing with
because they're making a Dawn of War 4.
Well, Dawn of War gave you, like, depending on which game you were playing, you either were controlling like multiple squads or just one. Total War gives you control of entire regiments.
So, I mean, Dawn of War is typically done on tactics level, and it can be grand tactics, not necessarily grand strategy, obviously. Well, actually, no.
Depends on which one. Dawn of War 1 I think leans more into strategy. 2 leans more into tactics. 3
yeah, squad-based tactics.
3
was trying to be a MOBA.
3 was trying to be StarCraft. And it wasn't doing it very well.
I like the base building in Dawn of War, but I wonder if maybe I would be an Imperial Fist player, because I like the base building aspect in Dawn of War.
You turtle.
No, I just enjoy the process. And then I typically build up my forces, and then I go on a rampage.
That's turtling.
Oh, okay.
Holy shit, I got an S rank. Yeah, I mean, like if your strategy is focusing on your base building and sort of kind of expanding out slowly, that's called turtling. Yeah. Speaking of Total War, I was very impressed to find out that they were finally adding a gash into Total Warhammer. That guy has been very overdue for an appearance. I remember this level giving me a lot of grief as Dante because it's a maze. Dear game designers, a maze level is only challenging if you can see where you're going. boy. Oh boy. Arch did not seem too impressed with Total Warhammer 40k though. Don't worry, be happy. Oh. All right. Came from this way, I think. I don't want to be going back the way I came. No, I do. Yeah. Fuck me. Man. This is gonna drive me nuts. Cool level designer, you just give me, and you give me a freaking maze to go through, man. Eh. Wizards. We're done there. different? Are you part of the level I haven't been to yet? No. I am gonna lose my mind getting out of here. Alright, where were we? Where did we go? Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore you guys. Ah, shit, I remember this one. There we go. Do we get a secret room? Nope. Wow, they only gave Dante the secret rooms. That is lame. Sacrilege. Sacrilege. Okay. What the hell just happened? You see what I mean by how the engine can sort of slow down, like how with the frame rate just completely dips. There we go. Where does this go? What the hell? Oh, this guy.
You fool! Everyone is destined to die.
Dick Van Dyke turned 100 today.
What is keeping that man alive?
Spooky mask.
Yeah. Ah!
Just looking up masks to try to see what it might be inspired by, and I came across this article from November. We have a really nice. It's the smaller of the museums, but I prefer it over the Dallas Museum of Art. It's called the Kimball Art Museum. It's in Fort Worth. They just acquired one of the rarest types of African mask.
I mean, I guess.
They're really trippy looking.
Yeah. There we go.
I need to go to the Kimball again. One time they had on loan from the Chicago Museum of Art a whole bunch of Impressionist paintings. And I got to see a Renoir painting, and I've never seen something so vibrant of a red. It was on the terrace, but more commonly known as Twin Sisters. Photographs of it do not do it justice. I mean, this thing is so incredible. They had Monet's, Cézanne, even some Van Gogh paintings, and I think a Rembrandt is like, because they kind of did like a, as you go through the tour, it's like by kind kind of walking you through time of the development of like what led up to Impressionism and like post-Impressionism.
I think Tacoma's got is like the glass art museum. Like supposedly we have the most famous glass artist in the world.
That's nothing to sneeze at. The way glass plays with light.
Yeah.
We're just looking at like all this prophecy and stellar bodies aligning, and I'm like, Machikane Fukutaru is like having a conniption in the background.
Can't believe I got an S rank in all the orbs.
You defeated Arius. There's just one thing left. Kill me. Kill me and everything will be over.
One thing I will say about
I thought
this,
I was a descendant of the clan that protects Videmarli.
these particular style of hack and slash where they have the grades and ranks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
You gotta really enjoy. I love Bayonetta, but I remember because spoilers. You can unlock a fight against
I could become a monster and attack the humans.
what's his
at any
name?
time. Now, kill me.
The guy who runs the bar,
It's your job to hunt.
and it
the
turns out he's
I didn't play Bayonetta, so I don't know.
But you have to get like S rank on every level in order to fight. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. This woman's so depressing to talk to.
Well, she found out her whole life was a lie. She was created by the man she thought she was trying to kill, and she's scared she might. She might be like the other demons.
The ritual was incomplete. But the door to the demon world is... Wait. What are you doing?
My job is hunting devils.
Once you enter the demon world, you may never be able to return. I'll go. I'm expendable. You don't need to worry about me. I'm happy if I can die like a human.
No. Devils never cry.
But...
Let's leave it to fate. Heads, I go. Tails, you go. See you around.
Don't you want to hear the story about Sparta from Mathieu?
I know. He did the same thing. Hold on to my coin, Lucia.
Dante. Arius?
Oh, we're not done with him.
It seems I have to finish him off myself.
Okay. Okay, this is getting interesting. Moving so sluggishly, though.
Yeah, I think you got this.
You might.
Why does he have those things they put in front of car dealerships coming from his back?
Demon power, whatever. Makes as much sense as anything else. It makes as much. Oh. Kind of nice to know that Lucia can at least get some closure with him, at least.
Yeah.
No way it's that easy.
Dante told me. Devils never cry.
He's gotta have a second form. Yeah, I knew it was not gonna be that simple.
One has to wonder, though. Does he have the ability to do that just by himself, or just by himself, or does he have to get the shit beat out of him in order to make this right?
It happened because the game said it said so. At least it's not as bullshit as what I went through with Dante's
Purple
campaign.
vomit, nice.
It's not as bullshit as what I went through with Dante's final boss. Like, good fucking god. The amount of health bars they gave that boss. Like, it was a war of attrition.
It's weird, you know, now that he's like a demon or whatever, he's actually putting in effort.
Yeah.
Whereas before he just didn't give a shit for whatever reason.
You must not worry, my dear. I am sure that he will return. Everything is just as it was with Sparta.
Oh my.
What is it, my dear?
Both sides are.
This is Sparta. No,
Heads,
I'm sorry.
tails, you go.
It was a
It
two-sided
tricked me.
coin.
That's not sure.
She looks so bright and colorful next to like everything else in this game.
Don't take it. Well, that took less time than I thought it would.
Yeah.
I set out to beat this game before the year was up, and I did.
Yes, you did.
I can officially close the book with Devil May Cry 2. So, there's your guys' Christmas present. Since me being done with Devil May Cry 2.
Worth it.
I'm sure I could find a way worse game than this, but this was not one I enjoyed playing.
It's just sad that every time you think something really cool's about to happen, it's just a letdown, like the demon tank.
Or the demon
That
chopper.
just sounds like an or the demon chopper. Those sound inherently cool, and they wind up being really boring and really bullshit, respectively. Or this fight, you know, you finally meet Arius for the first time, and he doesn't do anything the entire fight.
Like, it's kind of it's very telling that out of all the bosses I fought, only one was actually kind of a challenge. Not only that, like, Dante feels like a completely different character than he was in DMC 1. Holy crap. Thank God they course corrected as hard as they did with 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game does This game does have a couple good things going in it, like Lucia's campaign is it's surprisingly decent, but it's not good enough to make up for the rest of the game. I kind of wish she had been. She wasn't just in this game. Like she's an interesting character. It still looks good. It's got good music. But I would say that's kind of expected for a Devil May Cry game. Yeah, like... You guys want to know what... If you guys want my honest recommendation, this is one you can skip and not be any worse for wear. You really
Or
can...
if you really want to experience what happens in the game, but you don't want to play it yourself, just watch Brett's streams. He goes through the whole thing.
Hold up,
My job is hunting devils.
post-credit scene.
Devils never cry. I know. He did the same thing.
But Sparta did come back.
Just... Yeah. Oh no. Yep. God damn, that was only 2 hours. Oh, cool. I unlocked hard mode. No thanks.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, like I said, you could skip this game and be no worse for wear. You're not really missing anything vital by not playing it. Like, just go from DMC 1 to DMC 3. At least that way, Dante still feels like himself. And since I just beat the game tonight, I guess that means I'm gonna have to do Devil May Cry 3 tomorrow.
You cut out there.
Since I beat the game tonight, I guess I'm gonna have to do Devil May Cry 3 tomorrow. Because I'd gone into this thinking I'd be done. I'd have to do it again do more on Sunday, but no, I was wrong because I did not know just how short Lucia's campaign was gonna be. So, yeah. I guess I get a little reward for guess that'll be my little reward to myself. Yeah. Guess if anyone's one's in tomorrow, you guys get another present. I play Devil May Cry 3 and we get to play another good game.
I'll be there with pizza.
For real?
Well, yeah, the game opens with him eating pizza, doesn't it?
Yes. It does. Yeah, it does. Alright. I hope you guys enjoyed that. By that, I'm glad to be done with this game, and I will see y'all tomorrow night.
Bye, everyone.